the f?
Imagine heading into the woods for a peaceful camping trip, only to find yourself face to face with the unexplainable. Strange sounds, eerie shadows, and moments that will send chills down your spine.
You're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone!
These are the real camping encounters that will make you question what's lurking in the wild. Speaking of good ghost footage, this man heard a strange noise near his campsite. Happy to have a color night shot camera with him, he decided to film around his camp. What he didn't expect was to stumble upon an old, abandoned house. Or at least, he thought it was abandoned. Shocked by what he saw, the man realized it might not be such a good idea to camp and sleep alone in the forest. Maybe ghosts really do live in old, abandoned places. Or maybe it was the spirit of someone who lived in that house long ago. We might never know the answer, but maybe that's for the best. Some things are better left unknown, don't you think?
Neighbor kids can sometimes be a handful. The noise, the mess, and the chaos. But this one decided to take things up a notch and give his neighbor nightmares.
You okay? Do your parents know you're out here?
This video was recorded by a homeowner who noticed something odd in their front yard. As they stepped outside with their camera, they spotted a kid dressed in a furry costume and wearing a creepy, goat-like face mask. The unsettling part? The kid was just standing there, blankly staring at the camera from behind a tree. He didn't move an inch, even as the homeowner got closer, which only added to the eerie vibe. From a distance, it almost looks like some kind of cryptid lurking among the trees. As creepy as this was, I have to admit, the blooming flowers in the yard are stunning. As for the kid, maybe his parents sent him out to play because they were tired of him standing in the corner, silently staring at them instead. When you look up at the sky, you usually see the familiar sights: clouds, the moon, stars, and the sun. But things can take a terrifying turn when any of them appear unusual.
Vocês vão dizer que é mentira, mas olha isso, gente. Olha isso, gente.
This clip comes from South America, recorded by a woman driving through a village. At first glance, everything seems pretty normal, until you focus on the sun. Instead of its usual bright yellow, the sun is completely red, almost blood red, and it looks downright eerie. It seems like it's around sunset, but the intensity of the red color looks unreal, almost otherworldly. Curious about this, I did a bit of digging and found out that this video is legit. It's a real phenomenon. During sunrise and sunset, the sun's rays have to travel through a larger portion of the atmosphere because the sun is near the horizon. As a result, most of the light, except for red, gets scattered away. The red light, which scatters the least, is what reaches our eyes, making the sun and sky appear red. So, the sun in the video looks like that because of the scattering of red light. But still, seeing it in such a vivid red is pretty unsettling. Maybe it's just me, but ever since the 2019 pandemic, things have been getting stranger by the day. Like this bizarre video of a strange kind of smoke appearing, for example.
Yeah, bras! Yeah, bras! Yeah, bras! Aine, bras!
This footage comes from a tourist who stumbled upon something truly odd. A strange column of smoke rising up to the sky. As you watch, you'll notice that it doesn't behave like any ordinary smoke. It looks like a mini, slender tornado reaching straight up to the sun. The smoke then starts to fade, vanishing from the ground up until it completely disappears into the sky. But here's where it gets really weird. As the smoke fades, you can see something dark moving within it, almost as if it's being carried upwards. It's almost like whatever that dark shape was, it was using the smoke as some kind of gateway to escape Earth's atmosphere and head into space or something. Some people who've seen the video say it's just a dust devil, but trust me, dust devils don't usually look like this. They're shorter, they swirl, and they definitely don't shoot straight up to the sun like this one did. There was something undeniably strange going on here. Ever heard someone say, "I'm burning from the inside"? Well, this tree gives us a chilling visual of what that might look like in real life.
That is nuts.
Isn't that both eerie and mesmerizing? This video was captured by a rescue worker from Napa, Sonoma in the aftermath of a wildfire, and it shows something truly bizarre. What was once a full, thriving tree is now a hollow shell, with flames raging inside its trunk. You can see the fire flickering through holes in the bark, making it look like something straight out of a nightmare, or maybe a scene from hell itself. The tree's insides are completely consumed by fire, and now the flames are starting to break through the outer bark, visible through those eerie holes. It's like watching the tree burn from the inside out, a haunting reminder of the recent wildfires. It's strange, it's unsettling, but you have to admit, there's something kind of amazing about it too. Speaking of trees, the next video takes you on a wild ride as a man attempts to cut down a towering palm tree while he's perched right on top of it. Spoiler alert, you're about to witness a near-flight experience.
Ay, Dios santo. A la verga, compa.
In this clip, a daring man is seen clinging to the very top of a palm tree, saw in hand, as he tries to lop off its head. The tree, completely bent under his weight, looks like it's on the verge of snapping. As he cuts through the top, the tension in the tree is unleashed, and it swings violently back to its original position, almost catapulting the man into the air. But somehow, he holds on for dear life, narrowly avoiding a one-way ticket to the sky. Honestly, this might be a masterclass in how not to cut a tree. Seriously, the way this guy clung to that tree like his life depended on it, because it did, is nothing short of incredible. And can we talk about how he even got up there? No branches, nothing to step on, just sheer determination. Pretty amazing if you ask me. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? I've always been fascinated by trail cameras because they offer glimpses into the depths of the forest, capturing moments we could never witness otherwise. But every now and then, they catch something that leaves us scratching our heads and questioning what's possible. This footage, dated 2020, was taken by a trail camera set up in the Canadian woods to monitor the deer population. In the clip, it's nighttime, and a deer is calmly minding its own business in front of the camera. Suddenly, a strange, ghostly figure materializes in the background and glides past the deer. The deer also senses the presence of this eerie entity and turns to investigate. The figure appears to have a hunched humanoid form, moving in a way that eerily resembles a person's gait. Now, some skeptics might argue that it could be smoke from a nearby campfire, but why would it take on such a human-like shape and vanish so mysteriously? It's a puzzling and unsettling sight, leaving us with more questions than answers. A man in Georgia sets up a trail cam to keep an eye on his property. But instead of catching your typical trespasser, this camera captures something straight out of a sci-fi movie. The trail camera managed to snap a single image that's, well, pretty darn bizarre. In the photo, there's this strange glowing figure with what looks like wings wrapped around its arm. And it's holding something in its hands, kind of like a wand or a rod. The overall appearance of this figure gives angel or fairy vibes. Interestingly, the homeowner had previously reported witnessing strange glowing lights in his backyard. Although he alerted the local authorities, they dismissed it due to lack of evidence. Now, with this intriguing image, it seems there might indeed be something otherworldly lurking on his property. This next clip we got from TikTok really grabbed everyone's attention. And let me tell you, it's a real mind bender.
Oh, yeah. This looks like a person with his arm sticking out.
Shot in sunny California, this footage captures the moment residents of a quiet neighborhood were taken aback by something downright bizarre in the sky. Without skipping a beat, they whipped out their smartphones and hit record, aiming to capture this otherworldly sight. What they caught on camera was truly extraordinary. A strange, humanoid-shaped light hovering in the air. The object seemed to defy gravity, spinning in a mesmerizing motion. Its main body was a stark white, but it was surrounded by ethereal hues of blue and pink. Naturally, those witnessing this phenomenon were left scratching their heads, wondering what on earth they were seeing. As for me, I've been trying to come up with a logical explanation. Given the colors and the way it was spinning, my best guess is that it's some kind of experimental laser hologram technology being tested in the sky. But hey, I could be way off the mark. If it's not that, then what else could it possibly be? The possibilities are endless, and the mystery just keeps deepening. Back in 1980, a group of loggers stumbled upon something chilling while they were working on a chestnut oak tree, and the images they captured are enough to make your skin crawl. Look at that. Terrifying, isn't it? These photos reveal the mummified remains of a hunting dog, preserved in a remarkably eerie state. Despite being dried up, the dog's body surprisingly retains its flesh, almost as if frozen in time. Experts speculate that this unfortunate canine got itself into a predicament back in the 1960s. Chasing prey up the tree only to find itself trapped and ultimately meeting its fate there. The unique conditions inside the tree trunk likely played a role in preserving the dog's body, akin to the mummification practices of ancient times. Following the discovery, the loggers decided to preserve this unsettling piece of history dubbing it Stucky, and placing it on display in their museum. It's a fascinating find, no doubt, but it's hard not to feel a pang of sadness when you think about the dog's final moments, struggling to escape, eventually succumbing to despair, and meeting its end there. Truly a somber reminder of the mysteries that nature can hold. This next TikTok clip hails from Arizona, where locals were left scratching their heads after spotting a strange saucer-shaped object in the sky, sparking a frenzy of speculation about extraterrestrial visitors.
What the is that? Like, that is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro.
It's like, it's so cool.
What is that?
Uploaded in 2020, this brief but intriguing footage captures a real-life sighting of what appears to be a flying saucer. In the 11-second video, we see the mysterious object hovering amidst the clouds, its darker hue standing out against the backdrop. Understandably, the people who recorded this were both shocked and a little unnerved, pondering the possibility of an alien invasion. However, amidst the excitement and speculation, some netizens offered more down-to-earth explanations. One theory suggests that the object might be a weird cloud formation known as a lenticular cloud, often resembling alien spaceships. These clouds typically form around mountains, but can appear elsewhere, lending credence to the idea that what was spotted could simply be a natural phenomenon. Of course, it's easier to think of it as just a cloud, because entertaining the idea of alien visitors might be a little too out there. But hey, who knows? The universe is full of surprises. A motion detection trail camera tucked away in Delamere Forest, UK, recently captured some truly unsettling pictures that's been sending shivers down the spines of local hikers. This photo, snapped in the dead of night when the camera was triggered by movement, reveals a strange humanoid figure lurking in the darkness. With thick fur covering its entire body and an imposing height, this figure has left hikers on edge. Local hikers have reported similar sightings in the area, initially brushing them off as encounters with hairy animals. But now, with this unsettling image surfacing, fear has begun to grip the hiking community. In response to the sighting, multiple trail cameras were deployed in the vicinity, but this mysterious figure was never detected again. Speculations abound, with some suggesting it could be the United Kingdom's answer to Bigfoot, while others entertain the idea of a slender man-like presence. Without further evidence, it's impossible to say for sure. Yet one thing remains crystal clear. Whatever this creature may be, its presence instills genuine terror in those who dare to venture into the forest's depths. Spirit possession, a phenomenon tied to ghosts, demons, and spirits, often leaves people feeling uneasy, and this chilling video from Pune, India, shows just how terrifying it can be. She was definitely possessed. The footage comes from a school in Pune where a student was reportedly overtaken by a demonic entity. In the video, you can see a group of students and a teacher trying to restrain a girl. At first, it's not clear why they're holding her down, until suddenly she stiffens and lets out a bone-chilling, guttural growl that doesn't sound human. One boy tries to keep her still, but her body seems to resist, as if something far stronger is controlling her. Then, the moment that leaves you breathless, her body starts to lift off the ground, levitating as if pulled by some unseen force. The students struggle to hold her down as her body stiffens even more, twisting in unnatural, contorted ways. The whole scene feels surreal, like something out of a horror movie. But the fear in the air is very real. Even the teacher looks utterly bewildered, unsure of how to handle the terrifying situation. One thing's for sure, the girl definitely needed help. And fast, because what was happening to her was beyond the ordinary. There are countless creatures that roamed the earth millions of years ago, now lost to the sands of time. But the one that has always fascinated me the most is the mighty mammoth. So, imagine my excitement when I stumbled upon a video showcasing the discovery of one of these ancient giants in the frozen wilderness of eastern Siberia.
Вот он, красавец.
The video you just watched comes from the icy depths of northern Siberia, where a truly remarkable find was unearthed. A well-preserved mammoth, affectionately named Genya, was discovered there. This ancient behemoth offers a rare glimpse into the lives of these majestic beasts that once dominated the frozen landscapes during the Ice Ages. And while its sheer size is awe-inspiring, the real shock came during the examination of Genya's remains. Scientists discovered that this mammoth was likely killed by humans during the Ice Age, revealing a direct link between our ancestors and these mighty creatures. Despite the toll of time and cold on Genya's DNA, scientists remain hopeful that better preserved mammoth specimens could one day unlock the door to cloning this iconic Ice Age giant. The idea of bringing such a creature back to life, something straight out of Jurassic Park, continues to spark the imaginations of researchers and the public alike. Could we one day walk among mammoths again? Only time and science will tell. If you've got a kiddie pool just sitting around in your backyard, it might be a good idea to check underneath it as soon as possible, because you definitely don't want to find something like this lurking below.
What in the holy hell is this?
This next video comes from a dad who got the shock of his life while cleaning up his backyard. When he lifted his kid's swimming pool, what he found underneath was enough to make your skin crawl. The entire area where the pool once sat was covered in thousands of wriggling worms. Even worse, they were forming clumps, twisting and squirming together in one big, squishy mass. Turns out, these creepy crawlies had been living there all along, feasting on whatever was trapped beneath the pool. These little creatures are known as 2x worms, and they're notorious for being parasitic. What's even crazier is that they also digest microplastics, which is likely why they were thriving under the plastic pool. So, next time you move that pool, be prepared. You never know what surprises could be waiting. With how advanced computer-generated imagery is nowadays, the internet is flooded with terrifying videos that blur the line between reality and imagination. And this one is no exception. In this video, we see a group of divers exploring the ocean depths, only to stumble upon a haunting sight. A collection of enormous, monstrous statues resting on the ocean floor. These statues are massive. Just look at the size of the diver compared to them. The eerie way they're positioned adds to the unsettling vibe. As the camera view slowly moves around, you spot more of these giant figures, and just when you think you've seen it all, the camera tilts down, delivering a creepy jump scare as another statue emerges from below. It's the kind of stuff nightmares are made of. But here's the thing. This entire scene was created using computer-generated imagery. Hats off to the mastermind behind this spine-chilling creation. It's a testament to the strange and creative minds that make us question everything we see online these days. As humans become less and less afraid, it seems like ghosts and spirits are stepping up their game, growing even more powerful, like this one that apparently managed to lift a 365 pounds machine in a hospital. What you just saw is footage of a hospital's anesthesia machine weighing a hefty 365 pounds, mysteriously moving, or rather levitating, on its own. You can clearly see the machine slowly lift off the ground, followed by the entire system attached to it. The bizarre part, this thing is heavy. This eerie event took place in Florida last week and has been driving people wild online. But before we jump to paranormal conclusions, I dug a little deeper and found there might be a logical explanation. Some hospital machines are designed with height-adjustable mechanisms, often using pistons to make them more comfortable for doctors or nurses to use. What we could be witnessing is a malfunction of that system. Or even more unsettling, the work of a hacker who remotely activated the machine's lift function. So while it might not be the work of a ghost, it's still pretty terrifying to think that a machine this heavy could move like that accidentally or through tampering. This next video from China is a wild reminder of why you should always stay alert on the road, even if there aren't any other cars around. Sometimes it's not the traffic you have to worry about. It's the road itself. In this footage, captured by a dashcam in China, everything seems perfectly normal at first. Cars cruising along, the sky clear, nothing out of the ordinary. But suddenly, out of nowhere, a massive explosion rocks the area, launching manhole covers high into the air amidst clouds of dust and debris. One car narrowly avoids a manhole cover as it blasts off the ground, and another driver barely escapes the cover, crashing down onto their vehicle. The chaos unfolds in seconds, creating a scene straight out of an action movie. So what on earth happened here? Turns out the explosion was caused by a pipeline blast underground. The pressure from the explosion was so intense that it forced its way through the manholes, sending those heavy covers flying. Thankfully, everyone walked away unscathed. But imagine if someone had been standing on one of those covers. They would have been launched sky high. Most people steer clear of driving through forest trails, especially at night, not just because of eerie, paranormal reasons, but because of the very real and terrifying situations, like the one you're about to see. Absolutely spine-chilling. This harrowing video comes from Russia, where a diver found himself face-to-face with an enraged moose. The clip begins with the driver cruising down a desolate forest road when suddenly, a massive shape bolts across the path. It's a moose, and not just any moose. This one seems furious. The moose abruptly halts right in front of the car, glaring with an intensity that is scary. Without warning, it charges towards the vehicle, stopping just inches away. The driver, clearly rattled, continues filming even as the colossal beast closes in. In a dramatic twist, the moose retreats momentarily, only to slam into the car with a thunderous impact that leaves the driver trembling in sheer terror. Desperate to ward off the beast, the driver screams at the moose. Miraculously, the loud noise seems to work, and the moose reluctantly backs away, eventually sprinting off into the forest. The video ends with the driver's heart still racing from the encounter. This was a truly intense and nerve-wracking moment. If the moose had been a bit more aggressive, the outcome could have been disastrous for the driver. Uploaded on TikTok a couple of months ago, this clip was recorded by a man who went looking for his cat, who went into the woods and never came back. The man got worried and had to go look for her himself, not knowing what he was about to witness. Deep into the woods with his camera and flashlight on, he started to hear weird noises from nearby. So he stopped right there and pointed the camera towards the spot the noises were coming from just to record this. A creepy creature popped its head out from behind the tree for a moment and then disappeared back. Since it was dark and the creature was a little far from the man, we do not get a clear picture of what it looked like, but it was certainly a small cryptid with whitish skin and a head. Was the disappearance of the cat linked to this thing? Because according to the man, he was never able to find his cat. For me, it does not look like it is an edited clip. But it could be just an animal too, since we can't see it clearly. Nothing can be said for sure. This clip was recorded by some people who were on their way back home at night when they heard growling noises coming from nearby. It did not take long for the beast to appear right in front of them, and the sight was so terrifying that it can scare even the strongest hearts. Not just a wolf, but this might be the scariest wolf, at least I have ever seen, staring straight at the humans. Fortunately, the animal was not in the mood for hunting that day, and just stayed there looking at them. When uploaded on the internet, many were quick to say that it wasn't a wolf but a skinwalker by the way it looked. But ask me, and I would say it looked more like the dire wolf that had long gone extinct. Or are they? Because apparently there is one right in front of you. Recorded in 2001, this clip is considered to be one of the most concrete pieces of evidence of the existence of Bigfoot. It was captured by the leader of a group of boys who were out in the Marble Mountains for a backpacking trip. At first, it just shows the boys all happy for the trip and the trees, the environment, and everything. It takes the guy recording the clip a moment to spot, and then focus the camera on the giant walking up on a mountain a little far from them. The creature must be pretty huge to be so evident on the camera being so far, and it was descending from the mountain. The area was quite remote with no humans living nearby, so it was unlikely for it to be a local. For minutes straight, the boy kept recording with shock, unable to believe what he was seeing. Later, he uploaded it on YouTube, and it got millions of views with people coming up with every kind of theory about it. For me, it did not look like a fake video, so maybe it really is true. Humans have a thing for befriending wild animals, and while most of the time it does not happen, sometimes it does. For instance, this clip, where a bear casually walked up to the people who were having a picnic in the woods, and the humans were quick to offer it food, which made the bear sit down and enjoy the picnic with them. Surprisingly, the bear did not want meat or anything, but was more interested in peanut butter sandwiches, which his human friends were gladly providing him. However, I would say that people really need to be careful around animals. For now, he is enjoying sandwiches. Doesn't mean he has become your friend and will never try to attack you. Recorded and uploaded by someone unknown, this video shows you a creature you or anyone had never seen before. It looks like a chameleon, but is standing on its two legs, has a long tail, and a weird twig-like structure on its head. The video was uploaded with a caption asking if anyone had any idea about it. But no one knew anything. The viewers were all making their best guesses as to what it was. Some said it was an unknown being yet to be discovered, and for others, it was a complete CG-created video. Ask me, and I'd say that there is a big chance that the video might be fake and edited. When you're out camping deep in the forest with friends, it's crucial to illuminate your surroundings first. If you don't, encounters like the one in this video could happen. The footage captures a group of friends having fun around a campfire during their camping trip. However, one friend, bothered by the campfire smoke, decides to take a breather in the woods. As this friend ventures off, the camera picks up something else emerging from the darkness, following him. This mysterious entity appears humanoid but moves on all fours, with skin that seems hairless. It's remarkably fast and heads straight for the friend, almost as if it was waiting for them to separate before making its move. I hope the friend was okay, and that this creature was just curious about them. Based on the description, it seems like this creature could be something akin to a rake. What are your thoughts on what it might be? A homeowner heard some unsettling noises coming from his kitchen in the dead of night. But when he went to investigate, what he saw nearly stopped his heart.
Ay, cabrón. No manches. ¿Qué era eso? No.
Did you catch that? In the video, we see the homeowner getting out of bed, the camera following his every move as he hears strange sounds coming from outside his bedroom. He puts on his shoes and cautiously makes his way to the door. When he opens it and pans the camera around the hallway, everything seems quiet, until he spots a terrifying face peeking from behind the kitchen wall. What he sees sends a jolt of fear through him. The homeowner, visibly shaken, checks the corner but finds no one there. As he turns to head back to his bedroom, the door slams shut behind him, trapping him inside and leaving him in a state of terror. This scene could easily be lifted from a horror movie, and that face was absolutely chilling. Finding a fossil that's millions of years old is no small feat, and stumbling upon one is a significant discovery. But this video suggests that spotting fossils might be simpler than we think. You know where to look. Uploaded on TikTok, the video reveals what seems to be a treasure trove of fossils embedded in a cliff wall. These fossils appear to be thousands of years old, showcasing an astonishing variety of aquatic and land creatures, including dinosaurs and ancient seashells. It's like something straight out of a science fiction film. However, I must admit, I'm a bit skeptical. The fossils look almost too perfect to be genuine. I skimmed through the comments, and opinions are split. Some viewers think it's an elaborate piece of artwork crafted to look like fossils, while others suspect it might be an artificial intelligence creation. If it is indeed artwork, the creator deserves high praise for crafting something so convincing that it could easily deceive even the most seasoned archaeologists. I stumbled upon this video on Reddit, and let me tell you, the red blobs hanging from the ceiling are unlike anything I've ever seen. At first glance, they look kind of like fruit, but the more you watch, the weirder they get. These blobs have a strange, almost slimy texture, and there's even some goo dripping down from them. I did some research online to see if they could be spider eggs, but nothing matched what's in the video. The whole scene is seriously creepy, and it makes you wonder what these things really are. Are they some kind of unknown cave creature? Alien eggs from another world? Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe you've seen something similar before, or have an idea of what they might be. If this video turns out to be a prank, I'll seriously plead with my friends to steer clear of attempting such antics on me because I'm not sure my heart could handle it. The video hails from India, showcasing footage from a security camera. In the nighttime scene, A strange creature emerges on the street. This creature is downright weird and creepy from every angle imaginable. It boasts long humanoid legs, but lacks any upper body, with just a flat circular surface up there. The way it strolls, while maintaining balance, is genuinely unsettling. Some viewers suspect it's a prank, suggesting the person might have concealed their upper body inside their shirt. Yet, to me, it seems nearly impossible for someone to hide their entire upper body, arms, and head in such a confined space. This Indonesian homeowner caught a hilarious moment on camera. In the clip, we can see a large snake could be seen slithering by the homeowner's front door. And she got a bit of a scare. In the moment, she tossed a slipper at the snake, thinking it would scare it off, but something unexpected happened. The snake actually grabbed the slipper in its mouth and made a quick getaway. It's funny to see this large snake slithering away with a slipper dangling from its mouth. While the situation is definitely unusual, it's important to remember that the snake was likely just trying to defend itself and escape the homeowner's reaction. The video ends with the snake disappearing into the field, slipper in tow. It makes you wonder what would happen if these thief snakes got common and went after something a little more valuable, like our phones.
People have talked about goblins for a long time, often in stories and legends. After watching this video, some might start thinking that goblins could actually exist. The video was recorded by a biker wearing a GoPro camera on their helmet, giving us a special view. In the video, we follow the biker as they ride along a trail, their motorcycle making a loud noise. Out of nowhere, a small, naked, human-like figure appears in the distance. This creature notices the approaching biker and tries to hide in the nearby bushes. The biker, curious about this strange sight, stops the motorcycle and tries to see where this mysterious creature has gone. This little creature, with its small size, exposed skin, and odd look, does resemble what some people might call a goblin. But the big question is, why was this goblin-like creature in that place? Was it searching for hidden treasures, or did it have some other unsettling reason for being there? This video takes us to the Mojave Desert, where an oil field worker captured something unusual while on the job. While working at the site, the worker noticed movement in the distance that drew their attention. They quickly started recording and managed to capture a truly scary sight. In the video, we see a tall, humanoid figure slowly walking along a trail. The creature's gait is peculiar, and it appears to be hunched over. Its long, elongated hands are reminiscent of a Bigfoot. After a brief stroll, the mysterious being disappears behind a bush. Some viewers have speculated that it could be a skinwalker, but based on the creature's appearance, it seems more likely that it was a local forest-dwelling Bigfoot. Whatever it was, it undeniably presented a strange and mysterious sight. This video is like something from a nightmare. It was recorded by a security camera and shows a view of a house driveway. Right at the beginning of the video, a humanoid creature that walks on all fours comes into view as it approaches the house. As this creature gets closer to the camera, its appearance becomes clear. It is completely naked with a human-like body. At first glance, you might think it's just a person acting strangely. But the way this creature moves on all fours, hunched over, is incredibly unusual. It displays remarkable agility as it moves all around the house, coming into the view of multiple cameras. The motives of this eerie cryptid remain unknown, but I'm quite certain that they were far from friendly. Two friends were out for a night ride on their snowmobile in the Canadian wilderness, and they ended up having an unforgettable experience. This video, likely recorded with a GoPro or a mobile phone, shows their snowmobile traveling through the snowy forest. The light from their vehicle illuminates their path, and they have their loyal dog with them. They're having a good time, riding through the snow, when suddenly, their dog starts barking and acting anxious.
barking at?
The friends are puzzled at first, trying to figure out what's bothering their dog. Then, out of the darkness, something truly eerie becomes visible. A tall, humanoid figure standing there. The friends quickly realize what their dog sensed, and they hit the gas, speeding away from this strange and scary encounter. This humanoid figure appeared to be skinny and exceptionally tall, just standing there, possibly waiting for who knows what. It was a truly chilling experience. Imagine, you wake up one day, step out onto your balcony, and direct your gaze towards the sky, only to be greeted by an unusual square-shaped object hovering up there. In this video, captured by a resident from their apartment balcony, we're treated to a sky view that showcases this square flying object. This peculiar object stands out as it lacks the conventional features we associate with known aircraft. Adding to its mystique, the object seems to remain perfectly still without any discernible movement. For those observing this video, the notion that this could be an unidentified flying object comes to mind. However, the absence of movement raises questions about its true nature. Some might speculate that it's a weather forecasting device undergoing testing, but without concrete evidence, the mystery remains unsolved. This footage was captured by a home security camera in New Mexico, and it showcases the appearance of an unidentified humanoid creature. The creature was reportedly moving in a southern direction. In the security camera recording, we witness a humanoid figure sprinting across the driveway in a fraction of a second. This creature's physical characteristics and posture are undeniably strange. It possesses a hunched back, very thin legs, and appears completely naked. The head of this creature even resembles that of an alien. However, the video quality is somewhat blurry when zoomed in, preventing us from making a definitive identification. Regardless, the presence of such a creature in one's driveway would undoubtedly be an unsettling experience. This video, originating from Russia, showcases the sheer force of nature in action. Recorded by a mountain climber, the footage captures a distant mountain peak adorned with trees. What's particularly intriguing is that one of the trees starts moving in an unusual and unsettling manner, as if someone with immense strength is holding and swaying it on the peak. This peculiar straight-line movement suggests a powerful force at play, possibly a colossal, unidentified forest creature. While one plausible explanation could be a feller buncher, a heavy machinery used for cutting trees, the tree's eerie motion remains quite mysterious. Trail cameras are fantastic for capturing the unseen mysteries of the woods, but sometimes they reveal things we weren't meant to witness. In this nighttime trail camera footage, a group of deer stands attentively, clearly spooked by something lurking in the dark ahead. Suddenly, a shadowy figure emerges, its body reflecting the light from the trail camera. The deer remain on high alert, fixated on this mysterious presence. Just as swiftly as it appears, the shadowy creature vanishes into the darkness once more. This encounter was undeniably unsettling for these unsuspecting deer, and one can only hope they remained safe from this enigmatic entity. Have you ever heard of the creature known as Mothman? Mothman sightings were reported in the Point Pleasant area from 1966 to 1968, and newspapers were filled with accounts of these appearances. Mothman is a creature with a combination of humanoid and moth-like features, and its appearance can be quite scary and unsettling. But if you think you're safe now because the last sighting was in the 1960s, you might be mistaken. This video comes from Iran, where a villager investigates strange noises emanating from a nearby mountain. As he approaches with a flashlight, he spots a truly eerie figure resembling Mothman perched on the peak ahead. The creature has a red head and is enveloped in wings, and the reflection of its eyes in the flashlight's beam is particularly chilling. This video adds yet another mysterious creature to the list of things that give me the creeps.
Interested in communicating with spirits? Simply ask them for a sign. This video captures a household that experienced unexplained movements in their kitchen. prompting an investigation. The person recording the scene challenges the entity responsible for the disturbances to provide a sign.
Yeah, just give us a sign, guys, cause...
As soon as the request is made, a cup containing pencils spontaneously falls off the counter. The sudden occurrence startles everyone, leading them to hastily retreat. The strangeness of the situation is accentuated by the fact that there was no one near the counter and no visible strings or mechanisms that could have been used to make the cup drop. It appears that the spirit causing the earlier disturbances responded to the household's call, offering them the sign they sought. My mom is in Mexico right now, and one of our family friends said they saw Llorona while on his pilgrimage. He sent me this. Every culture has its own set of spooky folktales, but few are as terrifying as the legend of La Llorona. And this guy just happened to capture her on video. This chilling clip comes from Mexico, uploaded by someone who said it was sent to them by a family member who claims to have seen La Llorona herself. In the video, it's dark, with only a single dim street light barely illuminating the street. But in the background, you suddenly see it. A figure in a white dress slowly appears. Then, out of nowhere, you hear that infamous, bone-chilling cry. The echo of her wail slices through the night, sending shivers down your spine. Even the street dogs freak out and start barking like crazy. The figure keeps crying in that eerie, haunting voice, and just like that, the video cuts off. That cry, it was definitely La Llorona. But who exactly is she anyway? La Llorona is a vengeful spirit from Mexican folklore, said to wander near bodies of water, mourning the children she drowned in a fit of jealous rage after discovering her husband's infidelity. According to legend, anyone who hears her cry is doomed to suffer misfortune or worse. Their life becomes a string of failures, and in some cases they even face death. So, we've all just heard her cry now, right? Which means, well, let's just hope it's nothing more than a legend. Fingers crossed. This next video comes from India, where a group of villagers were left completely stunned by what their pregnant goat had just given birth to. It's definitely something out of the ordinary. In the video, you can see a freshly born black goat lying on the ground. But the bizarre thing about this little one is that it got way too many legs. Instead of the usual 4, this goat has a total of 8. There's an extra set of legs sprouting from its midsection and back, making it look uncomfortable, and honestly pretty heartbreaking for the poor thing. While these kinds of mutations might seem fascinating, or even a little intriguing to look at, the reality is much sadder. A goat with this kind of deformity likely wouldn't survive long. In fact, from the looks of it, the baby goat in the video might not have made it past birth, which is a real tragedy. Nature definitely has its strange moments, but they're not always easy to witness. For all the technological progress China has made, they still haven't figured out what the heck this thing is, floating down one of their largest rivers. This video, originally uploaded by Daily Star, shows what looks like some kind of massive creature slithering through the river. As the camera view zooms in, you can see this enormous snake-like body surfacing on the water, moving against the current. The sheer size of this thing is unreal. From its upper body, It looks like a gigantic eel or some kind of serpent, and honestly, it's unsettling. The fact that something this massive is out there, slithering around, has people seriously spooked. No one seems to know what it is yet, so it's no surprise people are already calling it a mysterious river monster. China, please figure out what in the world that thing is so we can stop freaking out. A boy from Sacramento uploaded a video on Reddit claiming that he and his friend saw something really strange in the sky, an unknown flying object, or at least that's what they thought at first.
No, they're circles, dude.
Are they?
Yes.
What the fuck?
This is the video they recorded, and you can see a series of lights moving across the night sky. These lights were arranged in a specific pattern, with some shining brighter than others at times. According to the uploader, the last light was different.
Look, that one's like an airplane shining, dude, chasing them.
He's convinced it was some kind of machine. It flashed brightly for a second before dimming to a faint gray, blending in with the others. You can feel the excitement and shock from these guys as they watched it all unfold. But don't worry, I'm here to take the pressure off. It's just Starlink satellites passing over your location. Yup, if you check the time and date and plug it into the Starlink tracker, you'll see that the satellites were flying right overhead. Still, it's pretty fascinating to watch, right? Some people believe artificial intelligence will be revolutionary and incredibly helpful, but others worry it could spell our doom. I didn't have strong feelings either way until I watched a video. What you just saw is a chilling example of artificial intelligence's power to create nightmares. The video begins innocuously enough, showing a strange sea cockroach wriggling around in what appears to be a cardboard box. But then, things take a horrifying turn. This unassuming sea cockroach morphs into a grotesque hybrid of squid and crab, complete with a large, unsettling eye. It has tentacles writhing out from its body, and it performs a disturbing floating motion. It's like a shape-shifting cockroach. But we know it's just computer crafting a nightmarish vision. This eerie creation got me thinking, if computers can already conjure such unsettling images with the right prompts, what other dark and terrifying scenarios could it produce? It's a chilling reminder of how far computer-generated imagery capabilities could go, and how it might tap into our deepest fears. While searching on the internet, I stumbled upon a jaw-dropping video from southern Iran that starts out looking like a typical dust storm, until the camera zooms in. In this unsettling footage, a driver in northern Iran encounters what appears to be a massive dust storm on the road and pulls over to investigate. As the camera closes in, it becomes horrifyingly clear that this isn't a dust storm at all, but a colossal swarm of locusts. Yes, millions of these pests are so densely packed that they create the illusion of a swirling dust storm. This locust plague is wreaking havoc across southern Iran, devastating fields and crops. The sheer magnitude of the swarm is staggering, with reports indicating that the density of locusts is so extreme that a 10 to 15 centimeter layer of dead locusts accumulates on the ground after pesticide spraying. It's a grim reminder of nature's power and the severe impact of such infestations. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? Imagine yourself skydiving, feeling the rush of adrenaline, when suddenly your parachute bag slips away. That's the similar level nightmare scenario this poor fellow found himself in. In this video from Africa, we witness a honey harvester scaling a tree for another honey run. Armed with leaf baskets to create smoke and fend off bees from the hive, he ascends toward the hive. However, just as he nears the hive, disaster strikes. His smoke falls, disturbing the bees and triggering a furious attack on the defenseless harvester. Swarming bees assault the harvester, leaving him with nowhere to escape but down the tree, enduring countless stings along the way. It's hard to imagine the pain he endured with thousands of bees on the attack. This unfortunate incident could have been prevented with a simple strap securing the harvester's tools. Nevertheless, I doubt this harvester will be eager to pursue honey anytime soon after this ordeal. I don't get what's with some adrenaline junkie hikers who just love to trek through forests in the dead of night. Take this video, for example. It's recorded by a hiker out exploring a Canadian forest, and it's a real heart-stopper. As the hiker makes his way through the woods, he starts hearing these spine-chilling screams echoing in the distance. They're unlike anything he's ever heard, the kind of screams that make your hair stand on end and send shivers down your spine. But does he turn back? No, he keeps on walking towards the source of the noise, which turns out to be a big mistake. Suddenly, he comes face to face with this terrifying creature peeking out from behind a tree. It's enough to make anyone break into a run for their life. And that's exactly what the hiker does. The video cuts off there, leaving us all on the edge of our seats. Now, as for what that creature actually is, well, your guess is as good as mine. Some say it looks like a bat-human hybrid, but who knows for sure? All I know is I'll be sticking to daytime hikes from now on. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. If you're not a fan of bugs, you might want to skip this next video. And if you're brave enough to watch, well, consider yourself warned. Yep, what you just witnessed isn't some dusty gust of wind. It's actually a terrifying swarm of locusts terrorizing the Russian countryside. In this clip, the sky is darkened by a massive swarm stretching over 70,000 hectares across farmland in southern Russia. It's pretty terrifying to witness. Local authorities were left scrambling, deploying vehicles and aircraft in a frantic attempt to combat this major infestation. But try as they might, capturing these bugs proved to be no easy feat. And for drivers on the roads, it's chaos as they swerve to avoid the colossal collection of bugs. Now, these locust plagues are a worldwide disaster with a history as long as time itself. And what's truly bone-chilling is how they ravage crops, leaving nothing but destruction in their wake. Imagine, in just a matter of minutes, they wipe out your entire field of crops, leaving you with nothing. This video hails from Bangladesh and was captured by a local villager out for a stroll. Hearing something rustling in the bushes, he whipped out his camera, expecting to catch sight of some animal, but what he found was far from ordinary. In the footage, we see the villager cautiously approaching a bush, and as he pans the camera, we're met with a spine-chilling sight. A pitch-black, humanoid-looking creature nestled within. The creature's eerie appearance sends shivers down your spine, especially as it locks eyes with the camera lens, seemingly unfazed by the flashlight. Despite the brightness of the flashlight, the creature remains shrouded in darkness, adding to the overall sense of dread. The villagers are left bewildered, unsure of what they're witnessing. Could there be something more sinister at play? This unsettling encounter leaves us questioning the unknown and the potential motives of this mysterious creature. Get ready to have your alien belief shaken if you're a skeptic, or reinforced if you're a believer like me, because this next clip is something else. So, this clip is making rounds on Reddit, claiming to be from the Dulce, New Mexico base, and it supposedly shows an alien-looking baby. And let me tell you, from the moment you lay eyes on this little creature, it's hard to deny its resemblance to what we imagine aliens to look like. The eyes, the head shape, the texture of its body, it all screams alien. But its lower body appears human-like. Now, some folks who've seen this video speculate that this tiny being is actually a human-alien hybrid, created through genetic experimentation at the Dulce, New Mexico base. And given the times we live in, where genetic experiments aren't exactly unheard of, it's not entirely far-fetched. But even if it is some kind of experiment gone awry, it's safe to say they might have missed the mark on this one big time.
Don't forget to subscribe for more mysterious encounters and creepy camping experiences. See you in the next video.